The Dvorecký Bridge. Today is April 17, 2026, which marks two important events. First is World Public Transport Day. This is an initiative created by the International Association of Public Transport. It's an event celebrating all things related to our wonderful public transit systems around the world. Which leads us to our second important event. Prague Integrated Transit, in collaboration with its transit agencies, including DPP, have come up with incredible ways to celebrate this event. But what better way to celebrate World Public Transport Day than to introduce a new and transformative infrastructure, the Dvorecký Bridge.
The Dvorecký Bridge has been in the works for a very long time, with plans dating back to the 1920s. In recent years, the bridge was formulated to connect transit services in the southern part of the city across the Vltava River between the districts of Podolí and Zlíhov. The bridge also provides a connection for pedestrians, cyclists, and emergency services, with an emphasis on banning cars. Prior to the bridge's opening, the nearest bridges were the Palackého Bridge to the north and the Barandovský Bridge to the south. However, trams from the south could only cross the river at the Palackého Bridge, while buses were subject to being stuck in traffic on the Barandovský Bridge. While pedestrians could cross either bridge, including the Vyšehrad Railway Bridge, there was the P3 ferry service which ran adjacent to where the Dvorecký Bridge is located. However, this was a seasonal service and still required some navigating to get to and from the docks. So the Dvorecký Bridge improves the connectivity for the southern communities. Buses that relied on the Barandovský Bridge have now been rerouted along this bridge, while two existing tram lines have also been changed to use the new infrastructure. On top of it all, ample space has been provided for cyclists and pedestrians to cross the Vltava River even during the grand opening. The Dvorecký Bridge is part of a wider master plan in transforming Prague's transit network. Along with rerouting some bus and tram lines to this structure, DPP has also rerouted some of its other tram lines elsewhere in the city in anticipation of future projects, most notably the Wenceslav Square tram revitalization. But that project deserves its own video when it opens in due time. So if it hasn't been uploaded already, gently tap that subscribe button to stay tuned when that video comes out. For World Public Transport Day and the grand opening of the Dvorecký Bridge, we get to experience it all in a pretty incredible way. There are ferries running under the bridge to give passengers a closer look at the bridge. Unfortunately, we won't be riding on them since there are long lines to board the boats, and I made plans for after the event, so there isn't time to ride the waters. But I at least want to share some footage of the bridge from the P3 ferry line before it discontinued back in 2025. Instead of riding on a ferry, we can enjoy riding on some trams and buses. For the grand opening, the lines have not yet been rerouted. That will happen the next day. For today though, DPP has temporarily installed Line 28 to shuttle folks along the bridge from the Smíchov train station on the west bank of the river to the Branik train station in the east. But what makes it all even cooler is DPP using different models of trams along this line. From our newest friend, the 52T, to some historic legends like the Tatra T1. So let's showcase all of these magnificent trams. While a bunch of trams were climbing on the bridge, we have buses charging along as well. Just as cool as the variety of trams on Line 28, there are a few historic buses shuttling people along the same route. At this point, we're only missing trolley buses, but unless someone can quickly whip up another catenary line, we aren't going to see them here today. But here are the 3 handsome buses. Before we wrap up this video, there's one noteworthy tram that we weren't able to ride on, this Tatra T3 number 5573, better known as the T3 Coupe. This is a T3 tram that has been rebuilt as a luxury tram for those wanting to travel around Prague in style. It is available to rent for anyone. For today's event, people could have bought a ticket to ride it over the Dvorecký Bridge. Unfortunately for us, I wasn't able to buy the tickets in time, but at least we can appreciate the vehicle's beauty in conjunction with all the other marvelous vehicles on this extraordinary day.
So that has been World Public Transport Day and the grand opening of the Dvorecký Bridge. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you'd like to learn more about the bridge and World Public Transport Day, I'll have them linked in the description below. Other than that, next stop,